What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here at Chris's MMA Universe. For this video here, I want to talk about the co-main event on the fight night, which is happening January 25th, which headlines Curtis Blaydes versus Junior Dos Santos. And I made a video on that, so make sure you go back and check that video out. But this one is the co-main event of that fight night, which is Frankie Edgar versus Cory Sandhagen. And I do believe in this fight, it's going to be very interesting because Frankie Edgar is 38 years old. Frankie Edgar does not have a lot left in this sport. Frankie Edgar is a pioneer of the sport. He was the king of the lightweight division for a couple of fights. And, I mean, he was the lightweight champion. I mean, as small as he is, dropping down to featherweight, and then now dropping down to bantamweight to take on Cory Sandhagen, this is going to be interesting because he was the lightweight champion. I know a lot of you guys know that. And from him dropping down to featherweight, it didn't really work out for him because his last fight was against Max Holloway, and he lost that by decision, and it was pretty one-sided. So for him to drop down now to bantamweight to test the bantamweight waters, I mean, I do believe, even though he's 38 years old and Cory Sandhagen is 27, so Cory Sandhagen is possibly not even in his prime yet. I mean, it just looks like he's just getting better. So, and I believe Cory Sandhagen has about 7 finishes right now on his win streak, and I know he only has 1 loss, but now Frankie Edgar has quite a few losses now, and things haven't really been going his way since he dropped to the featherweight division, like I said. But now him fighting in the bantamweight division against somebody who's very dangerous in Cory Sandhagen. But Frankie Edgar dropping down, I do believe Frankie Edgar is going to be a little faster than he usually is. But can Frankie Edgar actually showcase his skills in a better way in bantamweight? It's just a question that you would ask yourself. Like, can he really take it to Cory Sandhagen? Is Frankie Edgar actually going to be able to defeat Cory Sandhagen? Like, is he actually going to be able to bring it to him, even though being 38 years old against a 27-year-old? Now, I'm only bringing age up because age can play a factor. People do age overnight. We've seen that fighters can just age overnight. So, with Frankie Edgar dropping this extra weight, you know, I mean, because lightweight is what? 155. Featherweight is what? 145. Bantamweight is what? 135. So him dropping, I mean, I believe he walked around at 155. So to drop 20 pounds, let's say, with him being 155, 160, from him dropping 20 pounds to go to 135 is a pretty big cut. I mean, that's a pretty big cut. It's going to be 10 pounds now to what he's used to fighting at 145 because he's been at 145 for a little while now. So him dropping about 20 pounds from his walk-around weight, if it still is 155, which I believe it is, 155, 160 maybe. And, I mean, he stays in shape. He's a guy that looks like he just stays in shape and stays ready, always training, always just, you know, trying to improve. But at 38 years old, Frankie Edgar has learned everything he can learn in the sport. Now, I'm not saying he can't go in there with a new trick or so, but, you know, the whole, you know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Can Frankie Edgar go in there and show something that we haven't seen? We know Frankie Edgar stays busy. We know he stays moving. He stays moving in. He stays moving out. He stays moving. He's head movement. His footwork is phenomenal. His boxing is phenomenal. His wrestling is phenomenal. I mean, he's very well-rounded. But Cory Sandhagen is going to go in there as a very, very hungry bantamweight. So I know that Dominic Cruz is somebody that Cory Sandhagen has actually looked up to for a while. And, I mean, I don't know if, you know, Cory Sandhagen and Dominic Cruz will actually cross paths. I don't know if Dominic Cruz is actually going to even come back to actually fighting bantamweight, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm just saying that I know, you know, Dominic Cruz is somebody that Cory Sandhagen has looked up to, and the reason why I mention that is because Dominic Cruz was the bantamweight champion. And I know Cory Sandhagen is on his path to the championship, and can Cory Sandhagen actually beat Frankie Edgar, can Cory Sandhagen actually beat, any top or, any higher contenders, to, like, can he actually beat Henry Cejudo? Would he beat Henry Cejudo? Can Frankie Edgar go up and beat Henry Cejudo? I really don't believe so. I don't think Frankie Edgar has what it takes anymore. And I do believe that Cory Sandhagen is going to go in there and get it done. I do believe that Cory Sandhagen will be able to defeat Frankie Edgar. I don't see him knocking Frankie Edgar out. I don't know if he's going to outclass Frankie Edgar, but I do believe that he'll get it done by decision. And I mean, these guys are definitely going to go for it. It's just a 3-round fight, so we know Frankie Edgar is definitely more than capable enough to fight for a 5-rounder. So 3-rounder is not going to be anything for Frankie Edgar. But, Cory Sandhagen also has phenomenal cardio. So, I mean, with Cory Sandhagen going in there and actually staying on the path that he's on, I believe that Cory Sandhagen is actually going to get a title shot very soon, especially if he beats phenomenal pioneer and Frankie Edgar. But I'm not saying Frankie Edgar is just going to definitely go in there and just lose and get outclassed, but I don't believe that he's going to win. I do believe Cory Sandhagen is actually going to get the better of him. Frankie Edgar doesn't have, much left, and for him to test the bantamweight waters, we all know Frankie Edgar is just hungry. He's hungry to taste gold again. And I don't really think that he's going to be able to, though. But I am so excited to see this fight. I'm so excited to see Frankie Edgar at bantamweight. I really, really, really want to see how this goes down. I really cannot wait for this fight. I hope you guys can't wait for this fight either. If you enjoy this video, make sure to hit a like. I really want to know what you guys think on this fight. I really want to know your predictions on who you really think is going to win. And if you enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that icon right there in the center of the screen to subscribe to my channel. I really, really want to thank every single one of you for watching my videos, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.